I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Hello, ARMY. Welcome back to Top K-Pop, where every story about your favorite idols isn't just news. It's a journey filled with meaning, emotion, and inspiration. And this time, we're exploring something truly rare, something that wasn't even captured by the camera. This isn't just another photo shoot. It's the behind-the-scenes look at the most anticipated fashion campaign of the year, Jungkook x Calvin Klein. But what happened behind the camera was far more surprising than anything shown to the public. It was a moment that left the entire crew, photographers, and Calvin Klein executives completely speechless, witnessing how a global star transformed a cold, light-filled room into a place of warmth, focus, and a charm that's hard to describe. That morning in Los Angeles, the atmosphere was still calm. The sky was a silvery gray, the air was crisp, and in a large studio downtown, the Calvin Klein team had been preparing since early morning. The studio lights were turning on one by one, creating a serious yet anticipatory work atmosphere. The makeup artist was busy setting up her tools. The stylist was preparing the outfits that had just been shipped from the New York headquarters, while the lead photographer, who had worked with many global celebrities before, looked a little nervous. He smiled slightly as he said, "I'm rarely nervous, but today is different. It's Jungkook. Everyone is expecting something extraordinary." As 9 o'clock approached, the studio suddenly fell silent. All conversation ceased, and all eyes turned to a single, closed door. Then there were gentle footsteps. The door opened, and there he was, Jungkook. His look was simple: a white Calvin Klein t-shirt, black denim pants, and a classic leather jacket. His hair was a bit messy, his face bare, but his aura was simply extraordinary. Several staff members exchanged glances, stunned. Those who had only seen him on screen were now standing not far from him. But it wasn't his good looks that surprised them most. It was his attitude. With a warm smile, Jungkook greeted, "Thank you for your hard work today. Let's do our best." No pretensions, no distance. Just a simple sincerity that instantly transformed the atmosphere of the entire room. Before the shoot began, the creative team explained the concept for the day's campaign: natural, powerful, honest. 3 words that seemed to be created specifically for him. Jungkook listened intently, asking in a soft yet serious tone, where should the light come from? Should the expression focus on emotion or energy? The staff, listening, were immediately impressed. Many big-name artists simply follow directions, but Jungkook treated every detail as if it were part of his own soul. He wasn't just a model. He was an artist who understood how to blend with light, space, and emotion. Before the first take, he stood in front of a full-length mirror, silently practicing his movements and expressions. Soft background music accompanied him. One of the crew members whispered, "It's like he's talking to the camera before it even starts." And as soon as the director yelled, "Action!" everything changed. The light, the music, and Jungkook's presence created something unrepeatable. He wasn't just posing. He was expressing emotion. His gaze was calm yet sharp, his body moving gently yet powerfully. Every click of the camera felt like a heartbeat, perfectly in tune with the rhythm of his movements. The people behind the monitors stopped breathing, realizing they were witnessing something that could never be repeated. After a few takes, the director said, "Forget the direction. Do whatever feels natural." And that's where the magic happened. Jungkook closed his eyes briefly, took a breath, and then began to move slowly. Not like a model, but like a dancer telling a story silently. His hands reached for the light. His steps were soft. His expression transformed into something so honest and alive. Everyone was transfixed. No one spoke. No one directed. Only the camera flashes continued to click, following his every move. And when the take ended, there was no applause. Only a silence filled with awe. A veteran photographer lowered his head and said quietly, "I've photographed many world stars, but this is the first time I felt the camera truly fall in love with someone." Several female staff members were seen fighting back tears. "He not only has charisma," said one, "but also a sincerity that penetrates the camera." Jungkook simply smiled slightly, bowed respectfully, and said, "Thank you, everyone. You've worked hard." Then he asked, "Have you eaten yet?" Amidst the pressure and tight schedule, such small attentions make everyone in the room aware. This is why Jungkook is different. Several prominent fashion journalists began writing about this phenomenon. They called it the Jungkook effect, a new term describing his unique ability to make an entire space work in harmony simply through his humility and dedication. A French magazine editor wrote, "Usually, the aura of a superstar can suppress the energy in the studio. But Jungkook turned it around. He made everyone feel like they were part of something big." It didn't take long for the public reaction to explode. When Calvin Klein finally released the campaign to global media, the internet went wild. The photos spread worldwide within minutes. The hashtags #Jungkook's Calvin Klein and #The Jungkook Effect topped Twitter trends in over 40 countries. And interestingly, it wasn't just fans who were captivated. Professional photographers, senior models, and even creative directors from major brands were also offering their praise. But despite all the attention, Jungkook remained calm. He didn't over-upload the photos, didn't write lengthy captions, just a simple sentence on Weverse. "Thank you for liking this work. I just did my best." A simple sentence, but it sums up who he is. Behind the scenes, the Calvin Klein team admitted that requests for collaborations from other brands surged after the campaign's release. Many brands wanted to capture the same aura that Jungkook exuded. But as one of Calvin Klein's creative directors revealed in an exclusive interview, it wasn't about the camera, it wasn't about the lighting, it wasn't about the clothes. It was about the energy and sincerity. Those things can't be replicated. Meanwhile, armies around the world began compiling behind-the-scenes videos, highlighting the way Jungkook treated the crew, the way he joked with the lighting staff, and how he kept smiling despite working long hours without a long break. Fans called it the golden professionalism, because even amidst the intense pressure and stress, he radiated a positive aura that calmed everyone around him. A few weeks later, when he appeared at the airport for his flight to Seoul, the dozens of journalists waiting for him didn't scream, as usual. They simply stood still, stared, and then began snapping pictures with expressions of awe. One Japanese fashion reporter wrote, "He brings a sense of calm to even the busiest places in the world." It feels like everyone knows. We're watching someone who's not just a star, but an icon of a generation. And perhaps that's what sets Jungkook apart from many other celebrities. He doesn't strive for the spotlight, but attention comes to him naturally. He doesn't try to be perfect, but his honesty creates an image that's more powerful than mere visual perfection. A few days later, Calvin Klein invited him back for a private interview with the brand's CEO. In a modern room filled with photos from his photo shoot, the CEO said, "This campaign wasn't just a success. It set a new benchmark in the fashion industry. We want to use it as inspiration for our next global collaboration." And without hesitation, Jungkook humbly replied, "I just tried to show myself. If people can feel that, then I'm lucky enough." Those words were later picked up by various international media outlets and made major headlines. Many took them as a universal message about how authenticity and honesty can still shine through in a world often filled with fake images. Since then, Jungkook's campaign with Calvin Klein has been seen not just as a collaboration between an artist and a brand, but as a cultural milestone, a pivotal point that demonstrated that sincerity can be the greatest strength in the worlds of entertainment and fashion. And now, in every interview, the staff who worked with him still remember that day. They not only recount how flawless Jungkook's photos were, but how he made everyone in the room feel valued. One makeup artist said, "Usually artists come, take photos, and then leave. But Jungkook stayed. He helped, he asked for opinions, he made us feel like we were part of something important." For Top K-Pop, this story isn't just about the photos or the fashion campaign, but about the journey of someone who proves that even in a world of glitz and glamour, there's still room for authenticity, respect, and a genuine heart. And no matter where Jungkook's career takes him next, one thing is for sure, every step he takes will leave a lasting impression, not just a lasting impression.